Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This one is why I got fired and how it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So, going back to the vault of different jobs that I've had in the past, different 9 to 5s. Um, this is when I was doing cool work. So, I used to work, if you're familiar with me, or not. I used to work a lot in productions for TV shows, for commercials, for music videos, movies, etc., etc. And sometimes, just sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, I will have to do a little bit extra than just production. So sometimes I had to, work with different things that talent has to deal with and other things, other aspects of the production world. So in this one in particular, I was working with a particular casting agency, and they needed someone that looks like me to be a photo double for a particular production that was like a Rugrats live action type movie thing. Anyways, I get a very late night call to essentially confirm that if I could be on set the very next morning at like very early, like around 6, 7 a.m. or something like that. And this is a late night call that I'm receiving. When I am talking to the producer casting person, um, they asked me in particular, how are your nails? And I am a very honest person. And I told them that my nails are not great because I bite them. Even up to this day, I can show you they're not so great. I bite them. It's a bad habit that I've had since I am a child. I don't know if it came out of nervousness or if it came out of anxiousness or what it is, but it's something that still, up to this day, I still have it. The only time that I've been able to curve that has been with like some polish that I've applied before in the past that tastes very bad. So the moment you put your fingernails in your mouth, yeah, you get that very horrible taste of it. So I ended up showing on set, and when I showed up, uh, the people there were just like, when they saw me, they were like, "Hey, how's it going?" and stuff, and they were very polite and nice. And I fill out my clock in paperwork because you have to clock in. You have to fill up a series of documents and things like that. Um, and and then all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, let me look at your hands." And they look at my hands, and I could see in their face that they were just flabbergasted. They were shocked. They were just like, who put this kid essentially at the time? Who put this guy? Who put this kid like here? Like, he clearly doesn't have nice fingernails, and they needed my hands for some reason. It was something, I was a photo double, so they needed that for like photo shoots or whatever it is that they were doing for that particular production. And they they wanted to talk amongst themselves, but I was there. So they like dismissed me and went like, "Hey, can you go to the bathroom and like clean your hands or whatever?" But they just basically didn't want me to be there so they can talk about amongst themselves about me even being there. So I leave that trailer because it's like a big parking lot with a bunch of trailers. So I leave that trailer and I go to a different trailer where the bathroom is. And I go and I wash my hands. And the whole time that I'm washing my hands, I'm like, oh, I know they're mad. They're not happy about me being here. But I'm here and I already filled my paperwork and they already put me here. So I'm here. So yeah, I just gotta roll with it and stuff. Because I just saw the attitude change of like they were very nice and polite in the beginning, and then they were starting noticing that I wasn't the right person that they wanted or whatever for their particular thing. uh, the energy, the attitude, everything kind of shifted and changed. And then when I'm coming back, basically from like washing my hands for so long, because I just went there and scrubbed them off and did everything I could to basically try to make it look good for them. I went back and they were like, "Hey, so if you don't mind, like basically signing off on your paperwork and stuff, we're gonna dismiss you for the day." So, in essence, because of me not being the right person, because me getting into this particular production and not being the the right fit or the right guy, or didn't have the right nails to do this photo double job for this production, I ended up in essence getting fired from set. In this case, they use the word dismissed, so it sounds more appropriate. And they're not like, "Hey, we're firing you." "Hey, we're dismissing you from set. Okay, can you fill this paperwork?" But the good news out of it all is that I was on set probably less than an hour, hour and a half max, I would say, during that whole debacle. I clocked in and clocked out of my job. And because how productions work, that when you, unless it's said beforehand or something, but most production work, especially if you're in the union, if you're under contract, um, they typically go for 8 hours minimum. Like that's the minimum, the 8 hours. So because this happened, I essentially got paid for a full days of work, 8 hours, and I just showed up. All those things happened. I filled the paperwork, and then I filled the paperwork like I'm clocking out, and then that's it. And then I left. So I had the whole day to myself to do whatever I want with a full day's pay, which was pretty decent at the time, especially for a photo double person. So yeah, so that's my story. That's how I got essentially hired for a production job, and then I got fired that same day within an hour's length of each other. So yeah, that happened to me. Overall, I ended up enjoying the day. I think I hung out with friends or I did something interesting, and yeah, but that's my story. Uh, if you enjoy this and enjoy this type of format and the things that we're doing here in Grinding to Freedom, that's all about escaping the 9 to 5 rat race, escaping that stuff, and then just becoming your own boss. Please subscribe to this channel. I will highly appreciate it. Like the video if you liked it. Comment below if you have any similar stories or anything in particular that you got fired for. I would like to know and chime in on that conversation with you. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.